Hello, my friends. Wow, man, I tell you, what a couple crazy weeks it's been. If you haven't ever tried these cell salts, I highly recommend it, but be careful. It felt like I was on some wild drugs, man. Today is the first day that I actually feel rested and kind of myself again. And man, that was a crazy ride, guys. And all I did was take them for like 3 days before the oil uh, rose, and all of a sudden I couldn't sleep for a week, and I was writing some book on how God is in reality. And it was pretty crazy. It got so intense that people were called child services on me and were telling me I needed to go check in because I was manic and all kinds of wild stuff. I got crazy, guys. Thankfully the kids are a little older, and they can help make dinner and stuff, so it was wild, I'm telling you. So I think that we're supposed to take them for 3 weeks and then off for a week, but I don't know if that week is supposed to be before the oil or after. I hope it's the week before. I'm going to do it stop taking them the week before this time, because if it's as intense as last time, I won't be able to quit taking them, because I've been taking them all month. It's going to be in my body, and it was really, really intense. I'm not kidding, man. I felt like I smoked a pound of meth or something, man. It was crazy, and even afterwards, I could feel the energy just drop off. Poof. But I still couldn't sleep right and stuff. It was not okay. So I think that following week, you need to take those minerals to help start building back up. So that's what I'm going to try this month. So I wish I would have tried this years ago. I can't believe I have waited so long. I don't know what I was waiting on, but I guess I wasn't ready to write the rest of that. And I kind of want to talk about that. If you haven't read it, I would appreciate it if you go read my paper that I just wrote called The Law, and it's for free download, of course, on my website, theway.guru, under the book tab. It is really crazy. Guys, I never set out to talk about God or anything like that. I thought I had opened my third eye, and like I didn't even know what was happening. And so a lot of this is just coming to me, and I'm just sharing it. And this new thing that came out kind of shows how God is in reality, like for real, like not metaphorically, like mathematically and scientifically. So like you can understand how God is in matter and in reality, like forms reality, like we're inside reality, we're in God. It's so crazy, guys. I'm not a physicist or a mathematician or anything. It just kind of came to me, Honestly, I was thinking about that weird math that Terrence Howard was trying to bring out, and it doesn't really work, but it seems like it should. And that's what started it, because they tell us that math is supposed to how to describe reality, right? But it don't. If you have an apple and you multiply it times nothing, no groups, okay, so you have no groups. You have nothing. But the apple's still there. If you take it away, well, then there's nothing. Only nothing times nothing can equal nothing, right? And an apple times nothing is still an apple. So 1 times 0 isn't 0, it's 1. And so thinking about that just catapulted me down this pathway, this crazy pathway to showing consciousness as part of the equation of Einstein's theory, equation to relativity. Like, what? It was wild, guys. Wild. And to come to find out, this other book that I've been working on is about living, like the energy flow of God, and how God is in, like, the energy of living, right? And come to find out that in this law that I just kind of unraveled and revealed, shows that there's three parts to God, and it's three parts of reality, right? There's consciousness, energy, and matter. And so what this is the law that I just wrote shows you God in matter. And the way is the consciousness aspect of it. It's how to consciously connect to God. And the third that I'm working on right now is the energy, the living part. How it's about how it generates life, basically, right? And so I'm showing you the three aspects of God and how to see God, how to feel God, and how to consciously connect to God. And it's so crazy because I never thought that this would be something that I would be doing. I didn't set out to do this. It's just coming through me, and I'm just sharing it. And I'm very humble about it because I feel like it's super, super profound information, like crazy world-changing information. But I'm not, trying to be famous or anything. I'm the lowest man, and I will always think that. And I think that it was important that I was the one who revealed this stuff about reality and the law and how that ties into God, because if a normal regular scientist would have revealed that, then it would have been like this cold dead equation, and it's not a cold dead thing. It's alive and living, and it's in all of us. It's in everything. It is everything. And it boggles my mind that this is coming through me, and just because I took some minerals. This is wild, guys. So if you haven't read the law, I would appreciate it if you go read it. Go check it out. It's pretty short also, just like the way it's short. Truth is easy and simple, and lies are long and complicated, and lies don't make sense, and they're theories and conjecture and beliefs, and I am showing you evidence of God. And I can't prove it to you. I can't prove God to you. Nobody can. But what I can do, and what I am doing, is I can show you how to experience God yourself. I'm giving you a way to see God in reality. I'm giving you a way to feel God in the living energy. And I'm showing you how to consciously connect to God so that you can meet the Creator face to face, just like I did now, while you're alive. That's what all this is coming down to. And, like I said, I didn't know that. I didn't set out to say, hey, I'm going to write this book about God and stuff like that. Even now, I have a hard time with it because I didn't set out to write it. And it's just coming to me and being revealed through me. I'm the revealer. I didn't create any of this. I wouldn't even say discovered, right? It's always been there. And I can tell, like the ancients knew, I can tell. Like, how do you think, like they did all this crazy building stuff because they had this crazy technology? Well, something had to, so like some kind of knowledge had to be known that we don't know. And this knowledge that I'm revealing to the world kind of completes this incomplete set that we have. And there's so much crazy stuff out there that it's hard to see that, hey, this nobody guy might actually have something. It's hard to see that. And, a lot of people out there are discovering little pieces themselves, and they think that they have found the Holy Grail, and it's not the end yet. There's more, and it's not just about the symbology and stuff. It's about figuring out how to consciously live in a way that connects you to God. And then you don't need proof of his existence, because you become the proof of his existence, which you are anyways, but then you realize it. you are fully connected and aligned 100%. So you don't need to live in belief. And and that's the thing, is that I made a video a couple of weeks ago where I was kind of yelling, like, hey, you have to do something. And that's the thing, like these people get stuck in belief. And I'm not just talking about Christians, I'm talking about everybody. And all religions and spirituality groups and stuff, everyone gets stuck because you have to continuously do something. You have to continuously put forth energy, effort, right? You have to take your conscious thoughts, put forth energy to create matter. That's how it works. And so you have to expel energy towards it, right? And that's what people are not doing. That's why they don't have a real connection to God and the divine, because it's a three part of a circuit, right? Energy, matter, thought. So if you disrupt one of those, you're not completing the circuit. And it's as simple as that. It's really easy. Remember, truth is easy, right? So if you are just stuck in this belief system, you're not putting forth the right energy. You need to put forth the energy to create the matter. Does that make sense? Right? So, a lot of people think that manifesting is just sitting in your room and thinking about something, but that's not true. Even though I didn't fully understand this thing about consciousness and reality yet, I still knew that you have to move to generate the matter, right? You have to put forth energy. So, when you're just in this belief system, you're not putting forth the energy. And so that's why the world isn't better. It's that simple. So, they're like, oh, well, God didn't do it. You are God. You are in God. You are part of the system, and you not doing anything, you not participating in the system properly is causing disruption in the system, and in turn is causing the chaos and entropy and turmoil in the world. Do you understand? You have to participate properly. And yeah, you might be the only one around you doing it, but at least you are doing it, and that's what counts. And you can't just, I don't just sit here and make videos. I'm out living in the world, doing this stuff and living this way. And you have to do that. You have to put forth energy towards creation, towards the preservation of life, towards living, really, and it's so crazy. I'm just very humbled right now. I just didn't ever think that I would be out here writing about God or anything, or talking about this stuff. I never thought that. That to me, that always seems like the realm of some preacher or something. And I don't see myself as that. I see myself as a more of a philosopher or a teacher or something, a revealer, right? I'm revealing. That's what this is. It's like I'm revealing how to experience God and how to see God in reality, not just this emptiness that people are pushing out there. Because if you look in the world, you can see that it's falling apart. We need this real connection to God back. And so it's very important, if you believe in that you help me spread this message and help me spread these videos. And those little things I wrote are free downloads, like spread those around. Feel free to show people, hey, check this out. It's a free download. It's a little tiny booklet. It says you can consciously connect to God. Check it out. Like I said, I'm going to put all three of those together. So, my friends, this has been a crazy ride. Man, crazy ride. Some people said, this one lady, I remember one time she said that I was like John the Baptist. And a couple of people have called me a prophet and stuff. And I don't see myself as that. I don't, you know, I'm just some guy. I'm the lowest man. And, you know, God is real. And I'm going to prove it. But I can't prove it to you, you know, by like saying, hey, look at this flower. God is in this flower. The only way that I can prove it to you is to show you how to have the experience, and for you to follow these guides and live in this way where you can experience God yourself. Right? And that's what all of this comes down to. Because man has forgotten God, you know? And it shows. And they offer no real connection in the world. Nobody out there is offering a real connection. This is how you really, really connect to God, to the divine, and have your own experience. And then you don't need to live in belief, because you'll know. Like I know. I love you, my friends. Till next time.